We are recording. Yay. All right, guys, welcome to this week's mindset call. And it is new moon energy today, new fresh start. The first new moon of the year brings infinite blessings and opportunity for you to start in this cycle 1 year, creating new stories for your future. And I had a full plan for today's call, but I've done a last minute flip because I feel it's very important for us to talk into letting go of the past. Letting go of the past stories and the stories that keep repeating until we get clear on them and then move them out and do something about it. And that is what I want to do with you today. So, first of all, I'm going to invite you to go and get a journal and a pen if you haven't already. And we are going to dive straight in. This is not about forgetting what has happened or forgetting how someone has hurt you or forgetting how the thing didn't manifest or the opportunity didn't arise. It's not about that. It's about loosening your identity from the past so that it stops running your nervous system in the now and the choices and future opportunities. Okay, because the truth is that today's amazing, you are amazing, and the opportunities for you to continuously be let life amaze you today can keep happening if we look at this and move through it. So, the first thing I want you to do is name the story without becoming it. So, what is the story that keeps repeating for you? I don't have enough money. I'm too old. I don't know enough. That's too hard. If I go all in on this goal, it's gonna be like one of mine from the past has been if I go all in on this goal, it's gonna be a really hard road and I will, have to confront a lot of triggers and tests and trauma and it's gonna be hard and I'm gonna cry a lot. And that's an old story. The new story, which is my current reality, is that it can be a really beautiful journey of entering flow state and allowing myself to confront the feeling states that are coming up without it being really, really hard. And less attachment equals a beautiful outcome of flow and surrender and letting go of stuff and noticing where it generationally comes from within my body and then receiving and opening up to receive. And that whole story is about preparing my container to hold more love, to hold more finances, to hold more positive opportunities, to hold more stress, even, okay, and to let go of the attachment with all of the other stuff from the past. So, first thing I want you to do, I'm going to give you a couple minutes, is to write down the story that you currently have. Okay. I'll call you back in a minute. Okay. So the story is I keep replaying, blah, 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 blah. I fail, I'm behind, I don't have enough money. When I push, it never works out. This is hard, whatever it is. Then I want you to add, this is a learned survival story, not the truth of who I am. Because that awareness creates separation. I'll read that again. This is a learned survival story, not the truth of who I am. Okay, I want you to add that to your story. And this is subconscious, it's lodged deeply within you. So we are moving it out. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to feel where this story lives in the body. So I want you to close your eyes for a moment And I want you to think about the story going on for you that keeps repeating, and ask your body, where do I feel this story? Okay, it might be your chest, your gut, your throat, your jaw. How does it feel? Is it like buzzing? Is it numbing? Is it heavy? Is it icky? Is it swirling? And I want you to place a hand there, wherever it might be, and breathe slowly and say, I am safe to feel this now. I am safe to feel this now. That feels good, right? So you're not analyzing it, you're just feeling it. The body releases when it feels safe. And that is so epic that you can just name it, feel it. And then what we're going to do is honor the version of you that needed this story. Okay. There is an old story that once protected you, okay, from the past. And you can say it out loud. So, thank you for keeping me safe when I didn't have another way. Thank you for keeping me safe when I didn't have another way. So, this dissolves any shame, guilt, frustration, anger, fear. And all of this, those feeling states, keep looping the story on repeat. Okay. Thank you for keeping me safe when I didn't have another way. Thank the story. Because your body, you're doing the best you can with the knowledge that you have, but it's time to let this go. Okay. So we're going to interrupt this with a pattern, we're going to interrupt this pattern, the loop, with present moment awareness. Okay, your nervous system, it needed the evidence, not the affirmations that, what is your truth right now? Okay, I am breathing, I am supported, I am loved, I am cared for, I am safe, and I do have choice. What this does is it anchors you back into the here and the now where the past cannot survive. So, the truth of the matter right now is you are safe. You have lots of choice. You are not in danger. You are breathing, and you can breathe even deeper. The more that you breathe into a longer exhale, the more it brings you into the rest and digest. I am safe, and I am safe to dream, and I am safe to grow and expand. And this work that I'm showing you right now is really, really important as you create a new identity for your future, as you do your life by design work and decide that this is the life that I am stepping into. What that involves is you getting real with, this is my story and it has no power over me anymore. That is the story of the past. I create my future. Okay. So the next step is to create the new identity sentence from the old story. Okay. So it doesn't necessarily have to be positive. Okay. Instead of saying everything works out for me, it can be I am learning to trust myself. So, see how I am learning to trust myself feels a lot closer to the body. It feels a lot realer than everything works out for me. Because if your story is that everything hasn't been working out for you, okay, then that's not going to feel realistic for you to fully step into now. But it feels more realistic to find a new sentence like I am learning to trust myself that you can step into now, or I move at a pace that keeps me regulated. If you're currently moving so fast and feeling dysregulated in your nervous system, I move at a pace that makes me feel regulated. Okay? I can build success without abandoning my body. What that says instead is I can build success and have time to go to the gym and have time to nurture my body and have time to drink water instead of caffeine. Okay, these are identity statements, they're not affirmations that feel close to the body. If I'm working with a client that keeps saying, I have anxiety, I'm feeling anxious, These are all where statements where they're wearing that on the body right now. They're like, I have it, I own it. And what we do next is we find the next feeling state that disassociates anxiety with their body now. So instead of saying, I have anxiety, the next state would be, I am feeling anxious. The next one would be, this anxiety is moving through me. The next is, I'm feeling a little bit better than I was before. To go all the way to, I don't feel anxious at all. I feel excited for my life, okay? So you're continuously finding these next identity statements that feel real and achievable, okay? So that you can get to the point where you reauthor the story that was of the past that was completely ruining your life and repeating old patterns, to reauthor the story where you can go, I'm not anxious. I am strong. I am capable. Like, that was who I was when I didn't know yet. This is who I'm becoming now. So that you're not erasing everything that happened in the past, but you're upgrading the narrative with conscious present moment power. Okay. So that we then get to the point where we are practicing the release, not through a journey of perfection, but we're letting go as a consistent practice that we do on the road to creating a life of design. And you might find that you need to do this multiple times throughout the day, that you need to get real with the story, feel the story, where am I feeling in my body, thank it for keeping me safe, and then rewrite the narrative into the better feeling state. And anyone that's been and done or read or heard about Esther Hicks and Abraham Hicks will know that, or Gabby Bernstein talks about these moving to better feeling states, writing the emotional guidance scale. So the old story, it has an attachment to grief, anger, shame, depression, even anxiety. Okay. And instead of trying to be like, I'm amazing, I'm not anxious, whatever, right now, we're writing the emotional guidance scale to better feeling states and better feeling states, and keep moving and moving and moving that narrative. So we're practicing the release. We're not practicing being in perfection, in being, I'm perfect, I'm fine right now, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. And then, the person at the end of the working day that's just like, I'm fine. This is a volcano and erupts. Okay, to the point that they're just like, I can't hold this anymore, rah. Okay, so because we're practicing release and we're not practicing perfection, if the old story returns, I want you to say this one again. I see you. It's like putting a finger and going like back at yourself, putting the mirror and going, I see you. Don't do that to me. Okay, I see you. I see you. This old story again. And what you're doing is coming back to your breath, then coming back to your body, and coming back to a choice, and that is healing. So you're making your present moment, you're naming it, you're like, hey, old story. You're the old story. That's all you are. You're just the old story. Okay? You're not the present story. I create the present story. There's a beautiful book called The Happiness Trap by Dr. Russ Harris that completely transformed my life and got me to start to stay these stories in my head with a Daffy Duck voice. And when I did that, it made me realize that they are stupid, they are not me, and I can laugh back at them and release them very, very quickly. Okay? So you don't need to fix yourself, my loves. What you do need to do is learn to move forward and let go of old stories of the past that are consistently hurting you and creating this nervous system downward spiral that doesn't serve the new identity of you. And I'm putting my hand up as I've been there, and I understand that it is hard, but this is the practice and this is how I take full ownership back of the stories that are going on and releasing them, so that I rewrite a nervous system safe letting go process that creates space in my body to hold the next story that is more empowering. Okay. There are so many that I've been through, like with my body, with my relationship with food, with my relationship with money, with my relationship with my husband or my friends or my family, or even social media, that I've used this process in. And it works for anything. Okay. Please let me know when you watch this what landed for you, and if you need any support moving forwards with more tips and tools to let go of old stories, or you feel like this one's not working for you, which I very much feel that it will the more you practice. Just like anything, it's like flexing this new muscle of arriving to yourself and to the practice. And that the only reason it won't work for you is if you don't sit down and get real with the story, then where it's feeling in your body, and then give your body permission to release and let go of it today. Because you can, and you will, and you are right now, because you're here at the end. Sending you heaps of love.